Hi guys. I'll just follow up on Senator McKim's questions about profit shifting, and I'll just pick on one particular withholding tax rate, and that is in regards to Ireland. The withholding tax rate to Ireland is 10% on royalties. Ireland has a company tax rate of 12.5 cents, so 10 plus 12.5 cents, less the 30-cent tax deduction here gives someone who wants to shift profits to Ireland a 7.5-cent arbitrage. Why have we got such a low withholding tax rate on royalties paid to Ireland, knowing that a number of multinationals use that to shift profits offshore?
So, Senator, I might make a comment on that Australia at a 30% corporate tax rate used to be in line with OECD averages and is now a relatively high rate. And I think the comment before that was quoted about from Ms Saint says that when we have a high corporate tax rate and other countries have lower corporate tax rates, there are incentives to what we would describe as transfer misprice. The tax system is based on transfer pricing, but what we're concerned about is transfer mispricing. To your comment, I suspect in Ireland, I'm just maybe the arbitrage is actually higher than that because in Ireland they would likely get a credit for our withholding tax.
Oh, right,
But,
okay.
I would say that withholding rate is in line with the treaty network. Why that is the case is more a policy question.
So I haven't got a lot of time. So what's stopping us, Australia, as an independent sovereign country, from resetting our treaty with Ireland to say, well, there's a clear arbitrage here. We're going to lift the withholding tax rate to say 20 cents. So that the cumulative tax rate is 32, so that we actually disencourage our profits earned here going offshore. Do we have the power to do that as an independent sovereign country?
That's probably a policy question for Treasury, Senator Rennick, but Mr.
Senator, perhaps I can help you with that one. So under our network of double tax agreements that we have with countries, many of those are long-standing, and just during that discussion I was just checking the date that we agreed a DTA with Ireland, and it was 1983, so that's quite a long-standing treaty.
Yep.
And that withholding rate on royalties of 10% would have been negotiated as part of the negotiation of that treaty. For Australia to change a withholding rate in respect of flows of payments to another jurisdiction that's governed under a double tax agreement, we would essentially need to engage in a renegotiation of the DTA and seek to vary it as part of that process.
And how hard is that? Because 1983, Ireland didn't have a company tax rate of 12.5 cents. What mechanisms do we have that when these countries on the other half of the tax treaty lower their tax rates, with a view to attracting capital, that we automatically go, well, hang on here, A plus B minus 30, tax arbitrage, what are we doing to stop the leakage of profits offshore? What active steps do you guys, tax or treasury, I don't care who, take to stop the leakage of profits offshore? And notwithstanding that most politicians don't understand this, they're not watching this stuff. I mean, I do, but most of my colleagues don't, and that's okay, they can't keep their eyes on everything. So it's up to you guys as the guardians to stop those profits from going offshore.
I understand that, Senator. So what I would say, I'll give you a two-part response, I guess. So Treasury is very active in the OECD around the base erosion and profit shifting program. We've been quite active through that. Successive governments have implemented a range of measures, that have largely emanated from the OECD work to try and address base erosion and profit shifting issues. In relation to specific DTAs, the government, we review the program periodically and provide advice to government, and it's then up to government to agree to a program. We currently have a program which has us pretty full on tax treaty negotiations and renegotiations out to the end of 2027.
Okay, because I know PwC keep up, you can Google PwC tax treaties, and they've got a whole list of countries, interest, withholding, dividends, interest, and what was the other one, royalties. Do you guys keep a spreadsheet like that where you go and add it all up to see whether or not it's greater than or less than 30% to detect these arbitrage opportunities?
I'd say, Senator, in our broader scanning of tax developments globally, we do keep an eye on it. Whether I could say that we have a specific spreadsheet or not, I don't know. But we do make an effort to, keep an eye on developments globally.
Okay.
Authorised G. Rennick People First Chermside.